Tony Curtis, born Bernard Schwartz on June 3, 1925, in New York City, was a towering figure of Hollywood's golden age whose life reflected both dazzling glamour and deep personal struggle. Raised in a working-class Bronx household by Hungarian Jewish immigrant parents, he grew up during the Great Depression, taking odd jobs as a child to help support his family and developing the resilience and empathy that would later define his performances. After serving in the U.S. Navy during World War II, Curtis pursued acting at New York's dramatic workshop under Irwin Piscator, eventually catching the attention of Hollywood scouts and signing with Universal Pictures. His early roles revealed a charismatic screen presence, but the 1950s transformed him into a true star with classics like Sweet Smell of Success, 1957, The Defiant Ones, 1958, which earned him an Oscar nomination, and the iconic Some Like It Hot, 1959, where his comedic brilliance and chemistry with Marilyn Monroe and Jack Lemmon made cinematic history. As much as his professional life soared, Curtis's personal life was equally dramatic, marked by 6 marriages that mirrored different chapters of his evolving identity. His marriage to Janet Leigh from 1951 to 1962 made them one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples, and together they welcomed daughters Kelly and Jamie Lee Curtis, who carried on the family's acting legacy. His later marriages, to Christine Kaufman, Leslie Allen, Andrea Savio, Lisa Deutsch, and ultimately Jill Vandenberg, reflected Curtis's lifelong search for stability, companionship, and emotional grounding amid the chaos of fame. Curtis often revealed that his professional journey was shaped by the people he worked with, and none left a stronger mark than Burt Lancaster. Breaking his silence, Curtis described Lancaster as a force of nature, intense, commanding, and profoundly disciplined. He recalled that walking onto a set with Lancaster meant instantly feeling the weight of his presence. Every gesture and line Lancaster delivered was precise, deliberate, and deeply thought out. Their working relationship balanced respect and rivalry, with Curtis admitting that Lancaster's perfectionism sometimes created friction but ultimately made him a better actor. Curtis, more spontaneous and playful in style, saw Lancaster as an unspoken mentor, never openly teaching, yet always challenging those around him to rise higher. Off-screen, Curtis remembered Lancaster as surprisingly warm, humorous, and open about his life, a man whose humanity contrasted sharply with his larger-than-life image. Reflecting on their complex dynamic, Curtis expressed lasting gratitude, acknowledging that Lancaster's influence helped shape both his career and his character. In 2010, Tony Curtis faced a daunting health battle when he was diagnosed with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, a progressive illness that slowly diminished his strength. Just months later, on September 23, 2010, he passed away from cardiac arrest at the age of 85, leaving behind a monumental legacy. His death marked the end of an era, one defined not only by iconic performances but by a life lived with charm, humor, vulnerability, and unshakable perseverance. To those who admired him, Tony Curtis was more than a Hollywood legend. He was a man who rose from hardship to timeless stardom, whose humanity resonated long after the lights faded.